Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode for the Radious Total War mod version of the Seleucid Empire campaign. So yes, I am officially ending the Divide et Impera Seleucid campaign because I was just not enjoying it. I was asking myself before I made this recording, because I was about to record another episode of the Divide et Impera, and I was like, well, what's keeping me here? Because I wasn't really enjoying the battle combat. Like, the campaign was fine, the campaign map part of it, but the battle part of it, I was just like, this is not really something that I enjoy. The battles in the Divide and Impera seem to be more about crushing an enemy's morale as opposed to just crushing them physically, just killing them, which is totally fine. I'm not saying that's a bad way of playing. That's perfectly fine if that's the way you want to play. It's more about the flanking, maneuvering around enemy front lines, that sort of thing. I'm more of just kind of a frontline, bash a dude's face in until he dies type of guy. I do flanking maneuvers sometimes. I will use cav sometimes, but I'm not a huge cav person. If you've seen my other series, I don't really mess around with cav too much. I don't really do hammer and anvil attacks that much. I just like just infantry going at it, just in the melee, killing each other, watching the battle, heads getting cut off, bodies piling high. That's the kind of fighting I like. So that's not the fighting in Divide and Impera. So I'm stopping that mod because if you watch my last episode, I'll just go over real quickly. There was a city fight, and I had 3 militia hoplite units that were in hoplite wall. And the hoplite wall boosts their melee defense from a 43 to a 91 or 93. And the units that were attacking me had a melee attack of 6. Now the militia hoplite's attack was still pretty low too, so it was like this 10-minute grind fest of like losing a single hoplite per minute, because again, the hoplite wall is insanely strong from the front, but it's weak to flank and rear. But in the city fights, with the narrow streets and the narrow gates, like, the enemy can't get behind me, and I couldn't really get behind them, so we're just in this brutal, just, like I said, grind fest. But it's not even really a grind fest because no one was dying. Like, it's a hoplite died per minute. I even went away from the battle to look around the map, looking at the water and stuff for a little while, and talking about other things, came back and I lost like 2 guys. Like, I didn't even need to watch the fight. And that's not the kind of mod I really want to play with. Oh, but the one cool feature that I did like about the battles is that you can throw javelins. That's an amazing ability. I wish that was in the vanilla game. I wish that was in the Radious Total War mod. It is not, but the throw javelin skill is awesome. I really enjoyed that. So I do apologize for everybody who wanted to watch the Divide et Impera. I know there are some people who prefer that over the Radius mod, but it's just not my kind of mod. And I was honestly not even enjoying it in the last episode. I was just going to push on because I knew that there were some people who wanted to watch it, but I was not having fun at all. Not really. So that's over. Again, I apologize if you wanted to watch that. I am going to stay with the Seleucid Empire. I say Seleucid because that's how they pronounce it in this game. Because someone got on me about, like, I'm mispronouncing the Seleucid Empire. Because I normally say Seleucid, but the game says Seleucid. I will say Seleucid. The game says Macedon, I say Macedon. Okay, that just wanted to put that up front here. Also, what I wanted to say before we jump into this is that there was a ton of Legion suggestion names. I have 29 total from the Divide et Impera mod, and I'm going to carry all of your names over to this one. So everybody who died in the last mod, they are going to be fresh. We're going to be starting with the Dawn of the Empire, Elephant Powerhouse, the Seleucid Pride, all of them. So yeah, 29 Legion names, and I have 3 fleet names currently. So no need to repost your suggestions if you already did in the last campaign, because I'm going to keep them in for this one. And I think that's it. Okay, so I believe all of this stuff is the same. Alexander's Legacy, Successor Conflicts, that's the same, that's the same. Yeah, so all this is the same that it wasn't with the Divide and Impera. Also, I didn't really like all the Greek pronunciations, the Greek versions of all the words. It's cool, it's a cool feature, but I don't speak Greek, so I would just, to me, I'm seeing gibberish. But luckily they did also include in just a English version of the name, like, below their Greek names. But, like, I had no idea how to pronounce most of the kingdom names, like, including the Seleucids, like, because I don't speak Greek. I'm not saying it's dumb, I'm not saying, like, it's wrong, like, oh, what the hell is wrong with, you know, this mod creator putting all these, like, weird words. Like, it's totally fine, it's just I don't speak that language, so it was hard for me to look at these Legion, or these, you know, unit names, faction names. I'm just like, what? How do you even pronounce that? Wasn't a big factor in me ending my campaign. It was just something that I was just like, well, crap. I wish I could speak that language. I wish I could pronounce all these words the way they're supposed to be.
You are the Seleucid Empire, but your grip on your eastern satrapies is weakening. Bactria is already independent.
I also like the
and others may also
other.
attempt
Well,
to
hold
break
on.
away. Meanwhile, to the south, the Ptolemies of Egypt are scheming against you. Their desire to control your Syrian lands may yet bring about war. Although stability to the north and west may be assured by the Sardes, who remain loyal, the warlike Galatians and the Hellenistic states of Asia Minor threaten your borders. The future of Alexander's legacy is in your hands. The Seleucid Empire must not fall.
Yes, Seleucid Empire. I also like the leader of the faction in the Divide and Impera more, because he had just like some kind of wolf cloak on, I think, and then he just had no helmet on. He looked pretty cool. This guy, he's like, I guess that's okay, but still. Anyway. Alright, so starting over fresh, I'm going to once again try to save the Sardes faction, and let's hope that Persia and the what are their names? Drengiana stay with us this time as they did in the last campaign. Okay, so research. We will do... I'll focus on economy first. Boom. And let's go through the diplomacies. Our diplomacy stuff here. Let's see if they want to trade.
Will be a patient audience for you.
Nope. Okay. Let's see if you guys want to trade.
Master extends the most magnificent.
Greetings. We are
Nope. Can't trade.
Well, what would you?
I am here to listen if you speak honestly. Truth will be your sharpest weapon. Greetings, friend.
Well, at least our Satrapy wants to trade with us.
With these...
That's something. Others will come around with time. I think that's all I'm going to do with this. Okay. I kind of want to just blaze through these first few turns because I imagine it's going to be pretty similar to what it was in the other campaign I just did. Okay, so I'm going to focus on Antioch. We're going to go with bread. Actually, maybe not. Let's go with this. And now I feel like I shouldn't even build anything in here because I don't think that takes effect until next turn. Yeah. Ah, what the heck. We'll build something. Do I go with research again? Yeah, maybe I actually grab this. We don't have a lot of food right now. We only have 8. Oh, but you know what? I am going to be building a lot of farms because that's going to be our main economy, so that's not going to be a huge problem. So right now, what would be the best thing to build? I'm not going to focus on industry. Probably still going to be making spear units. I never get one of these. Yeah, sure. You know what? Let's grab a shrine to Ares. I never grab that shrine. And I think I'm going to go with the herding grounds more than anything else. Oh, you know what? Let me worry about recruitment first. So these guys I'm going to move immediately up towards the Sardes. Yeah. To make sure that they remain safe. And what can we recruit here? The Eastern Spearmen. Well, it does have the expert charge defense. Oh, frenzy. These things are frenzy charge. Wow. In a square formation. Alright, well. You're hired. These guys in Edessa I will keep here, and we'll recruit some Eastern Spearmen there. And then we need this army to be built up as... Well, wait a minute, what? Oh! Oh! Hold on. I don't actually control these. These are, is this my satrapy? Medea? Holy crap. Okay. Well, that's a big change between the Divided Empire and this mod. Now I'm kind of curious if the vanilla game starts out like this. You know, I think it does. I think in the Divided Empire they took out the Medea faction altogether, because I remember fighting against these guys in some other of my campaigns. I didn't even notice that before. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll still march you south. That's another potential enemy that's right next door. So now they control all these. Interesting. Huh. Well, I think I'm going to raise a force here in Dura then. This guy has Inspire, he has Eastern Influence. Yeah. He's also free. So many choices. Do we go with the elephants again like I did in the last one? I don't know. I really like the Peltas units, the Royal Peltas. Although these Hellenic Cataphracts seem pretty cool too. And then the Scythe Chariots could also be pretty amazing. You know, I'll try the Scythe Chariots. Last time I played with Chariots was when I was playing with the Iceni, and their Chariots aren't as good as others. I'm not sure if these are the same as like the Chariots you get with, I think Pontus gets some, Egypt gets some. They are called Scythe though, so I think that means they're pretty darn good. Okay, and for recruitment, we got some Hillmen, which have no bonus for infantry, which I find kind of weird. They do have shield wall and use the whip. They have some basic levy pikes. So I think we grab the pikes. That's another thing with the Divided Empire mod. The pikes, they seemed really, really weak, to the point of like, I think you're just better off with like a normal spear unit, to be honest. But that, again, that was only the basic level pikes, so maybe they just get insane later on. I don't know. I didn't play long enough to find out. Alright, so that's all of our money. We're going to be getting 8,000 this time, or 8.7, instead of, what was it, like 5,000 in the Divided Empire mod. Maybe that's because we have a whole other satrapy. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to do. I guess I could do an edict here since they are still my satrapy. So for this place with Edessa, I think we'll grab that. Okay. Oh right, I have to rename everything. Okay, so these guys I will station here for the public order. And let's go to details, do some renaming. So the first fleet would be the Rafts of Zeus. That's a very intimidating name. The Rafts of Zeus are on their way. And then army names. Alright, so starting from the top, this would be the Dawn of the Empire. And over here would be the Elephant Powerhouse, though there are no elephants in there. And I think that's all I had. Oh, the third one I got, right. Okay, and then this would be the Seleucid Pride. Boom. Okay. End the turn. See if any of these satrapies declare on me. Nothing. Let me check something. Okay, no, limited AI movement is on. Okay. Alright. Egypt and the Kidri. Oh, that's my edict. Bithynia and Galatia. That's good. Two potential enemies that are now fighting each other up here, instead of fighting against the Sardes. That's very good for me. Alright, and now we will march these guys up to the edge. And then we'll see if they want to give us military access next turn. They probably will not. We will recruit...
Sign up, lads, for a good and glorious life.
Yeah, we'll recruit 3 more there. And now we have a lot of money to mess around with. So Antioch will build the Agora, and Tyros will build a farm. In Edessa, we will build... a farm. And then let's upgrade this to the herding. Upgrade this to... Ooh, camel archers. Camel spearmen. Camels have the fear effect against horses, right? I assume that's all camels? Medean cavalry, citizen cavalry. Citizen cav's not that great. Loyal swords. Get access to a sword unit would probably be a good idea. Javelins, pikemen, Persian hoplites, camel archers, Persian light archers, archers, javelin, and peltasts. Peltasts are awesome. I always prefer peltasts over javelins. Even though javelins seem to be more mobile, which can be useful, the peltasts just armor is, I think, is really good because they can even hold up in a melee fight for a little while. But I think I'll grab the barracks first, and then let's upgrade this to a actually, let's do recruitment first. And I will grab some hillmen to be on the flanks. We'll grab a spearman. Actually, hold on. Let's cancel one of those hillmen, and we will grab a light cav. Already got the recruitment there. We don't really have much of a choice here. We'll just grab some more Eastern Spearmen. Let's get our fleet going with some peltasts. And then that's going to be all of our money. You are going to go down here to give me some sight on Petra. There we go. And counterintelligence, or intelligence, I mean. And diplomacy. Okay, Rhodos, come on, buddy.
I am here to listen if you speak honestly. Truth will be your sharpest weapon.
I wonder if I can just demand payment from you. No. Okay. Could probably demand payment from my satrapy, but I don't really want them to be mad with me. Let's see if that works.
Welcome, welcome. In a spirit of Olympian hospitality, my people will find much joy in this.
Wait a minute,
I accept.
Whoops. Did I just give them gold on accident?
Athena give you wisdom so that you
No.
well and
because I didn't even have 1,000 gold. Yeah. Right, what am I thinking? That actually worked. Okay. Interesting. And they don't even hate me for it, which is also weird.
Ready for orders.
Well, if that's the case, then you know what? Let's get another group up here. Like, why would you get these silver? Well, actually, hold on. These guys have a ton of stuff here. Hollow Square, Hoplite Wall, Pride, AP damage. Your general greatly improves the effectiveness of a nearby unit's armor-piercing capability. What? I have never seen that. Silver Shield, Swordman, Shield Wall. Okay. Interesting that that only is applied to these hoplites. Let's go with the cataphracts.
Commander.
That's really interesting, though. I don't think I can recruit because I'm doing that over here. Yeah.
Fight with us.
Okay, so details, and you guys will be named the White Lance. Yep, that's the next one on my list. And I think I'll save the rest of our money because there's really not much else I can do with it. Boom. Okay, I will enter war on the side of the ally, even though they're going to betray me later. Or who knows, maybe they'll stick with me. Definitely enter war on the side of the ally on that one. No, Rhodos, come on. Why? Oh, you know what? I think all my Satrapies just broke off with me. Yep. Persia, Arya, Sargatia, Partava. Only one who stuck with me so far is Medea. Huh. That's good, though, because now they're at war with all of my other Satrapies, meaning that we get a bonus to relations with them now. So we're at a plus 109, so they're probably not going to break off with us. Kind of a similar situation of what happened with Persia and these guys. Well, at least these guys stuck with me, and they're the ones that share my borders, so that's good. I'm going to need... The crappy thing is, though, I kind of wanted to come in here and take all of these, but since they stuck with me, I will not do that. I kind of wish you could garrison your armies in other people's cities, and if they betrayed you, if they turned on you, then they would just push your army out, you know? Kind of wish you could do that. Now you're Satrapy after all. Oh well. Let's grab another light cav. In fact, let's grab another light cav. Another phalanx, or pikeman. Another hillman. And then I think I'll send these guys over here if they need my assistance. And Sardes actually has somebody here. But I am going to have to march through there, because I don't think I can go through there, right?
Commander?
Yeah, that's cut off. Alright, so we need to talk to Egypt, and they're going to deny military access.
Come, noble visitor.
Yeah.
Sit and ease your worries by speaking with the...
Be welcome here, and speak as you wish.
Okay. Let's see, these guys
Greetings, most excellent friend.
still don't want...
Be at home and speak as you would.
I am honored to receive this embassy, and will listen with interest to all
Nope.
you have.
Okay. Well, they're just gonna have to be upset with me.
On the move! Your next command? Is that all?
And what can we grab here? Militia hoplites. I'll hire them. Okay, Tarsus, let's expand your city and we'll make a Hold on. Actually, I think I'll make a muster field instead. The thing is, our culture is already 83% Hellenic. Let me check if it's on the rise or decline. Culture. Plus 1 point. Yeah, so it's still on the rise. So I think instead I'll actually get a muster field there. So we can recruit right there as well.
At your command.
Can't recruit here because of them. I already have a lot of Eastern Spearmen. I need to mix this up a bit. I'll need to send them over here and recruit some other units at some point. Alright, so we'll make this a harbor. That takes all of our money. Egypt. That's not too threatening.
Commander?
Okay. I think that's going to do it for this turn. Yeah. I could probably ask for more money from people. Well, from the Sardes.
Prepare your tombs. Mighty Pharaoh,
Really,
the
Egypt?
Lion of the Nile, will throw the...
Nah, I was expecting that. Interesting. Peace negotiated. Oh, that's too bad. Pergamon and Rhodos. Pergamon. That's not good. Luckily, they're not that strong yet. We are not at war with these guys yet, but we are at war with them, so boom. And that's pretty much one-sided. I don't think that's going to be an interesting fight to watch, so boom. And then I'll move this army down to Satrapies. And we are going to occupy.
Ready for battle.
Boom. Oh, we get a mushroom field from right here. Okay, so I'll cancel that. And change this into an Agora. Change it into a Yeah, Agora. And then we'll upgrade this to another... yeah, it probably makes sense to upgrade this to a Perioikoi camp. Because then we can just kind of move between here and here and grab Peltas, sword units. Peltas, sword units. So yeah, let's grab that.
Commander.
And then these guys are going to march down here and take Satrapies. Then I'll have this province to myself. And then I will help the Sardes take this town and Rhodes. Excellent. I'll help them take both of them, hopefully, so they can have a whole province to themselves. And then we'll move on from there with the Sardes. Minus 19 because we just took over a city, so that's not a huge deal. Upgrade that to a herding ground. There we go. Upgrade this to a herding ground. Oh, no. Nope. No. Hold on.
Ready for order.
I need to do recruitment first. No armies are pressing in yet, so I won't send these guys off. In fact... I'm wondering if I should move down into the Kidri lands, because we are at war. How strong are they? Showing that we're stronger. And they only control that one province. Okay. I wasn't thinking about that, but
Are you ready?
now that I am... no. Let's do another one of these guys. And that's not even a walled city, so my cav can still be pretty effective in a fight against that. I'm not going to get any more Levy Pikes. Levy Pikes are not exactly the best assaulting units. I'll grab another Hill Axeman, and then I think we'll take... yeah, I think we'll take them down here and take out the Kidri, and then maybe I'll push south into Egypt.
Commander.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's grab another Peltas unit there. Okay, now I think that's going to do it for our first episode for the Radious mod version of the Seleucid Empire. And so far, not much has happened, but we did take over Side, although we don't have these three cities like we did in the Divided Empire, so we're actually smaller right now. But I feel more secure. Especially, and I'm definitely more comfortable with this mod. I know what to kind of expect in terms of the fights. So yeah, I think we're sitting pretty well right now. Sardes is still around for. I mean, that's a huge bonus right there. These guys didn't come in from the first turn to take them all over. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Take care.